Well, hi everyone. I'm John Rethlin with my review of AEW Dark, a 96-minute episode with 11 matches. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing. They could have cut a few off and put them on another episode, but you know what? Here's the positives. One, I'm glad that I got to see some more talents that I hope AEW signs. They shined a spotlight on some virtually unknown talents, or at least unknown to a wide audience. And we got to see some established stars and maybe tease some feuds and everything, and possibly a tag team that I might end up enjoying, despite one of them being somebody I don't really enjoy. Could this possibly be happening? 2020 is a weird year. So, Excalibur and Taz on commentary, and we have a team called Capital Vices, dressed like Freddy Krueger, and John Cruz versus Jurassic Express. So, yeah, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Stun. We know how I feel about Stun. I don't want to see him in the ring, but you know what? Let's try to be positive. Here's the positives. Hopefully Capital Vices gets some more experience because this was not a very good match. This really wasn't. I recognize that these are these are basically just squash matches, but this wasn't all that good. I mean, I'm a fan of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus as a duo, and John Cruz actually has an impressive look as well. And it was an assisted cutter that pinned Cruz 1, 2, 3. That's your lot on the match right there. We then get Cutler and Avalon with Leva Bates versus SCU members Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. And Scorpio Sky would be in the main event a little bit later. Okay, a lot later because it's the main event. The action was fine. Cutler and Avalon individually actually aren't all that bad. Avalon's a good chicken shit heel. Cutler actually has a good look as well and is impressive in the ring. Hits a really nice elbow off the ropes. Miscommunication constantly with Cutler and Avalon. Despite that, they almost won. Leva was even trying to read a book to Daniels at one point. Read him a bedtime story. Some weird fetishes going on here, but I digress. We get Celebrity Rehab, which is a move that SCU apparently uses, and they got the victory 1, 2, 3. And then, a little bit later, we see a bit of a tease where Leva Bates is cutting a promo, and then Avalon and Cutler are upset, and I guess they just separated the team. Or they're going to be an even more unlikely team and I have no fucking idea what they're doing. We then get Danny Jordan, the real mean girl. I love this. I love her. I want to see her featured more. This girl is awesome. If you are going to be the real mean girl, this is fucking great. And she's so young, she can grow into this and she can do even better. She can establish this character well. And you can tell she actually, she wants to learn. She wants to get even better. And I remember seeing her on NWA Circle Squared. And I was like, okay, I love this gimmick. And I want to see what else she can do. And she's been in a couple episodes of Dark. I'm impressed. She took on Big Swole. She got in some shots and actually did some pretty good stuff. Even had something about Big Swole in the Burn book, Mean Girls. If you're familiar with Mean Girls, you know what the Burn book is. And she got in some shots, but in the end, Swole obviously won this one. Big Dirty Dancing, 1, 2, 3, and there you go. But yeah, I really do love the real Mean Girl gimmick. I just can't say enough good shit about that. And I hope that she continues to just excel and get better. And Swole also has some good moves as well. Swole is actually somebody that's pretty over, has an interesting theme, but does have an interesting style. And that discus, that dirty dancing discus punch she does, that's a good finisher. So we have Lance Archer with Jake Roberts taking on David Ali. And then Archer beats up some guy that apparently was one of the video editors. Just beats up some huge guy. And I mean, whatever. He was pulling a Ralphus with his pants falling down, but whatever. It's not the guy's fault. It was just a bit awkward. They're trying to replicate what him and Minoru Suzuki did in New Japan when they would beat up the Young Lions. The thing is it's a little more awkward with AEW, the way they got it set up. But it is kind of cool to see him do that. And then it's still kind of cool to see him beat somebody up. I don't know. It's just really funny to me. But he then destroys this David Ali guy who has a good look, and I'm sure will go on to do some good things. But he gets hit with the blackout, and then he gets pulled up. EBD claw, everybody dies claw. There we go. And then Archer hits him with a chokeslam after he beats him for 3. So yeah, there you go. Archer getting over pretty goddamn dominant. Musa and Sean Dean, the Captain Sean Dean versus Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela. Okay. They might actually get me to tolerate Joey Janela here because Sonny Kiss, I'm glad they're featuring him more. If this can be an unlikely team and you can actually feature them well, they work well together. Which I didn't think I'd really say because I'm not a fan of Joey Janela. I'm not saying I'm going to be a fan of him after this, but Sonny Kiss, at least are featuring him. It was some good stuff, and you know what? They work well together. That was really about it right there. Archer shows up at one point during the match. Seems like they're going to tease him and Janela having a feud. And the split leg that Sonny Kiss does using a cheerleading background, the dance background, 1, 2, 3, just ouch. I don't know how the hell he doesn't hurt himself doing that. Bravo to him. They win. And then we have Red Velvet and Kenzie Page versus Allie and Brandy. Brandy in a match. And I get why they did it here. This is probably about the best use you can have of Brandy with QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes. I do write down why is Brandy in the ring, because Brandy's just not good. She's not good. She's just not. I give her credit for coming back from that broken collarbone, but she's not good. She's really not. Allie fakes an ankle injury and everything, so Brandy's got to take over and beat both of them up, and I think it's Red Velvet that she beats up. Red Velvet, by the way, billed from Your Mama's Kitchen. Okay. Bit weird, but hey, cool. You know what? Embrace it. Have some fun with it, I guess. And she's doing the stir thing in her entrance. So, which kind of sounded a lot dirtier after I said it than I originally intended. So, Allie ends up tagging Brandy after she hits the spear, does all this stuff and everything. Basically, Allie ends up taking all the glory. Her ankle's fine. And it's just her being more of a bitch and everything, being more of a bitchy heel, which I like. Getting one up on Brandy because, let's be honest, Allie should be featured more than Brandy is in the ring. And I know Brandy has only had a handful of matches since around this time last year when she took on Allie in a match that wasn't all that good because Allie can only do so much, and that's when Brandy and Awesome Kong were aligned. But, let's be honest, it was good just to see Allie get that. So, Shawn Spears with Tully Blanchard versus Lee Johnson. Referee Aubrey getting to be in a few matches here. Always good. It was okay. Shawn Spears has the glove. Barry Windham's wank glove. I kid. I like Barry Windham, but he has the weird glove and everything. Even though it's not really all that weird. It's something different. And he gets a sharpshooter for the tap. Which, if he was Canadian, it would actually mean he is Canadian. Oh, that's the joke right there. He gets that. Cool. And then we come to the real bad part of the show. Brady Pierce and John Schuyler, not them, versus Uno and Grayson, the Gimp Order. Oh boy, more Gimps are there at ringside. Fatality, 1, 2, 3. And Brody Lee was there. Hooray, good. They're dragging everybody down with this I hate this fucking gimmick. I'm sorry. I just, one little bit of brief rant. I hate the fucking Dark Order. It's fucking shitty. It's so fucking shitty. Just stop it. Anyway, Griff Garrison, who I got Tom McGee vibes from, versus Jimmy Havoc. And even though Griff got in a few shots, this was not 10 points of Gryffindor. It was, a lot of joint manipulation, some barricade spots, and then the Acid Rainmaker, and then the Fisherman's DDT 1, 2, 3. So Havoc got the victory. Cool. I like Jimmy Havoc. People may find that shocking considering that I don't like deathmatch wrestling, but you know what? I've seen Jimmy Havoc wrestle. He actually, in person, and he actually really can go. When he does stuff like this, I actually don't mind it. And I also like him and Kip as a team. Speaking of which, Penelope Ford with Kip Sabian, they brought a doggo. They brought their doggo, and it was awesome. I actually don't know Oscar, I think was the name. Versus Schuyler Moore. They need to sign Schuyler Moore. I like Schuyler. I was impressed with her, a number of months ago when she faced Awesome Kong on an episode of Dark. Really, I think Schuyler Moore has a good look and can do some really good stuff. Penelope has also really improved. And there were some nice strikes, a springboard cutter, and then 1, 2, 3 after the Fisherwoman's Plex, if you will. If you're going to bury the truth, make sure it stays buried. I know what you did last summer. Anyway, Penelope Ford gets victory. And then we have Scorpio Sky versus Robert Anthony. Robert Anthony was the guy that faced Jon Moxley last week. Not all that bad. Good action, everything. Robert had a good showing. Scorpio would end up winning this match, of course. There's no doubt about that. He had to win. He won after a TKO. He had to win. And Robert got to have, maybe, Robert could be used as an underneath guy with AEW. I have no idea. Once they get crowds back, maybe they can sign some more people to get some more revenue in. So, not a bad episode of Dark, despite the fact the Gimp Order was there and Brandy was in the ring. But you know what? They made this flow better than I thought they would. Brandy still can't wrestle at all, but it is what it is. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.